Hello, welcome to South Florida Bible College. If you're watching this, you're an international student at SFBC. And today we're going to go over campus life at the Bible College and life in South Florida. We have a department at SFBC called Student Life, and they're responsible for everything related to the student, both domestic and international student. So, our whole student body. But they're an amazing resource for you as an international student because they can guide you to the right place. So if you have a question that's in regards to your experience here as a student at the Bible College, you can go to them first. And Student Life actually organizes quite a few events throughout the school year, so in the fall and in the spring semesters. And they will post these events, these get togethers in Populi as well as in the student lounge. ISSD also posts a newsletter in Populi and via email on a monthly basis, just going over a few updates, things that pertain to international students, upcoming events and workshops, or even community resources that would be beneficial for you. And we're also we prioritize sending biweekly updates. So this would be through email. Announcements are going to be in the Populi International Student Group. And so always pay attention to your email so that you can stay up to date. So, one thing that's very, very important as now you'll be living in Florida, especially South Florida, is the hurricane season. So, hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th. Um, Peak activity, meaning when hurricanes tend to pass through South Florida, is usually from mid August to late October. So, if you're studying in a fall semester here with us, this is something that you would need to be aware of. One thing that's super important is to watch the weather news station, such as the Weather Channel. They have access on an app on your phone or through their website. And there's where you're going to find the most up to date information when a tropical storm has developed. So before a hurricane becomes a hurricane, it's a tropical storm. You can also access the Broward County official hurricane site. So, South Florida Bible College is located within the Broward County jurisdiction. So, whatever mandates that Broward County gives in regards to the hurricane that is coming closer to our location, we will follow the Broward County mandates, especially evacuation notices. So students will receive an alert via text through Populi, and it will be posted on Populi for any kind of procedure to be followed when it comes to hurricanes. One thing that's important that I want to touch on is interacting with the police. So, different countries have different cultures as far as how the police department is approached, or even the interaction between a civilian and an officer. So, one thing in America is always to stay calm and respectful when you're interacting with the police. So, should it be through that you're stopped when you're driving, or if you're in an event and a police officer approaches you, or anything like that, just always stay calm and respectful. Police officers' main goal is to maintain safety and security in every situation, in every location. Um, and so don't come with a negative outlook, or as far as like a fear-based outlook. Their main priority is safety. So stay calm, try to understand and listen what they're asking of you. If you don't understand it the first time, because maybe it's a different word that you might not be aware of, just ask them to repeat or to clarify without being disrespectful. Also, do not try to argue or bribe officers. This is something that's not tolerated in the United States. Um, and then keep your hands visible to officers as well. So all of that is just for so that they know that there's safety, right? That they're worried about people handling guns or things like that that could cause danger. So just be conscious of that, that while you're interacting with a police officer, that your hands are visible. And so, just to end this slide, is so that the police officers in the United States are here to maintain safety. So, should you ever be in a situation where you feel unsafe, where you feel like you need to contact the police, write down these two numbers. 911 is the nationwide um, easy number, right, to contact the police department, the local police department, for an emergency. The second number is the Broward County Police Department direct line. So keep those numbers handy should you ever need them. It's important to always know who to contact should you be in a situation. Now, South Florida Bible College is located in the city of Deerfield Beach. Um, we're very blessed to be beachside. So we're minutes away from a beautiful Atlantic Ocean. And with that, there's also a busing community here, where you have access not just to Deerfield Beach, but it's called the Tri-County area. So from Miami-Dade County, which is Miami, all the way up to Palm Beach County. So Miami-Dade County, Broward County, Palm Beach County. And there's a beach coast all throughout those three counties. Each one is unique and different and is very can be very interesting for you and your family. So let's talk about a few shopping centers that are located close to South Florida Bible College. So I'm going to focus on um, places that are close to the Bible College that you can take advantage of. So shopping centers, meaning stores that include banks, clothing, restaurants, movie theaters, grocery stores. There is a location called the Deerfield Mall. It's, I believe, about 5 minutes away from the Bible College, and it has pretty much everything you would need. The most common grocery store here in South Florida is called Publix. Um, they are, they focus on organic, and they have a little bit of each culture as well. There's an aisle that has a little bit of items from different cultures, but they do tend to be a little more on the pricier side, but it's an option. Walmart is nationwide, and so there you'll find everything clothing, food, and things that are more specific to Latin or Caribbean items are supermarkets like Bravo or Seabras, and they're close by the Bible College as well. There's a few restaurants and coffee shops in the area, especially by the beach. They're very diverse and multicultural, so you'll find food from pretty much every culture here. But I would suggest that you try American restaurants. So try American based food, I guess. There's a restaurant called Four Rivers, which focuses on smoked barbecue, and then BJ's restaurant, which has a mix of Italian and American, but they're both very delicious. And then lastly, nature areas and parks. One thing that's very important when you're in the United States is just to get as much access as you can to the outdoors, because we do tend to be indoors most of the time because of the heat, or it's just too far to walk anywhere, really. Most of the time, we're taking transportation. So, as much as you can, if you could go to the beach or go to a park, there's a park called the Quiet Waters Park. It's the closest one to the Bible College. It's huge. It has a walking trail, it has a playground if you have children, and a lot of green area. There's actually also a children's water park in there. And so on these hot days in Florida, it's an amazing resource to have close by. And then traveling. So during your time here, take some time to in the weekend to relax, to travel, to see all those sites here in Florida or even in the United States. Close by, like I said, there's beautiful beaches along the East Coast where we're located. We're 25 minutes from Fort Lauderdale, 50 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic, from Miami, and 3 hours to Orlando. So There's a lot to see close by. And you can either go by car, you can take the Tri-Rail, which is a train that goes north and south, meaning it'll go through those tri-state, tri-county areas that I talked about, from West Palm all the way down to Miami. And there's also bus routes. There's bus routes that go all throughout the United States and then through the length of Florida, called Amtrak or Greyhound. But there are like inner city bus routes that you can take to get from point A to point B just within the city. But I will say that it's not very reliable and it's limited access. So it could be that it'll take you from here to here, but you still have a ways to get to the actual place you need to get to. And you can also take Uber, always. Uber or any other kind of ride sharing app. So that's it for this presentation. ISSD is always here for you. I always want to emphasize that. We're open from 9 to 5 from Monday to Thursday. If you need to reach out or book an appointment, you can always go to our website and book an appointment there or send me an email. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.